SEO remains the most powerful means of cannabis marketing, but of course it's very competitive. And I've said for a long time that no matter how competitive a niche is, there's always opportunities in every niche. So just an example, I've worked with lots of insurers before, and yes, home insurance, business insurance, all these big terms are really competitive. But if you dig down, there are still opportunities. And some of these brands have gone on to make 50 grand a month. That's in pounds, not dollars. So $60,000, $70,000 per month, just by targeting this low-hanging fruit. And that's a strategy you can basically take to any product or industry. So I want to show you that live right now with cannabis, and I've not done this before, so we're going to find out live on camera if this is going to work or not, or if I'm going to be embarrassed. But first, remember, I can't share everything publicly on YouTube. So for my best gold, sign up to Ranking Revelations, go to SEOJesus.com, click on the button that says Ranking Revelations, and you can sign up absolutely free. In the welcome email, I'll send you a load of great resources straight away, including all sorts of tips, tricks, strategies, plus some SOPs and documents, including free chapters from my book. Now, low competition keyword research. So we start off with just an open search using Google. So the reason for this is some people will go into Ahrefs, click on Keywords Explorer, and then just put in best cannabis or something like that. And they'll take an assumption basically. And Ahrefs is a filter basically. So whatever comes up will have to include these words. We want to keep it more open at this stage. So we're going to use Google and going to try and find some sort of niche. So best cannabis for, and we've got a load of ideas here. Reddit is actually a really good keyword research strategy we can try as well. Let's try ADHD. Now we're ignoring the big hitters like Healthline. We've got DR92, 87. What we want to do is scroll down and find a low competition competitor just like this, 29. That's AR Cannabis Clinic. And despite being a DR of 29, they're getting 22,000 visitors per month. Remember, Ahrefs tends to underestimate, so probably more looking like 30,000 visitors per month. This particular page, 150, so around 200 visitors per month. So they should be selling very well from that. So now we can open this up and we've got proof that basically with their DR of 29, that's quite low. They're getting all that traffic. So if you can get your DR up to 29, then you should be able to compete for all these terms as well. So we open up the top pages here, and here's all the pages on their site and the traffic that they are getting. Now, DR29 can seem quite high if you've only just started. In my link building agency, we've got great success pushing people up to that kind of number relatively quickly. So basically price per link, we only focus on high quality backlinks that are actually going to move the needle for you. So we go for a minimum DR of 30, minimum traffic of 1,000, and we conduct a load of checks to make sure those are genuine, haven't been spoofed, and everything else about that linking site is good quality. So here's one of my clients getting 10 links a month, and in that time they've got up to no problem at all, and you can see the traffic has responded to match that. Now DR is logarithmic, so getting from 0 to 10 is quite easy. Getting from 60 to 70 really quite hard. So the higher you climb, the harder it gets. So if we look at a client at a lower level, they started us with a DR hovering between 0 and 1, occasionally going up to 2, but not for long. So when they started with us, domain rating of 1, we built them 10 backlinks a month. They're only on their second month, so about 20 links so far, and that's jumped up to a DR of 6. So getting from 0 to 10, really easy, doesn't take long at all. And then to get to that 29, still not that far out of reach, shouldn't be that difficult. Another one of my projects here, very early stage, DR of 15, but that's with only 24 links, and lots of those will just be the natural spam links every website picks up anyway. Only a few of those will be high quality links actually driving that DR. Another one here, DR 20, and that's with 45 referring domains. Now, unlike a lot of link building agencies, what makes us different is we actually give a better price per link the more you buy, and it actually comes down quite aggressively. So basically each time you upgrade, the price comes down 20%, which I do regret a little bit because I've now got some really high ticket clients who are probably paying the lowest price per link and really not leaving me much margin left. But that's the service we provide. We reward volume, we reward that commit to persevering with the fundamentals, content and links. If you build those, you're going to succeed. So by going through ARC or AR Cannabis Clinic, we can go through and find all these keyword ideas that we know aren't that competitive because a DR29 is ranking for them. So this example, is smoking a joint a day considered a heavy user? 2,800 searches per month. All these different brands. Brands work particularly well for the cannabis niche. Indica versus sativa for pain. So versus keywords are always good. If you can get those long tails where it's not just one brand or strain, but combine two of them together and put versus between the two, then it tends to be low competition, but very high commercial intent. Those are people who are ready to buy. They're just making their final comparison. But the next step is, do you really want to go through each of these individually and work out how competitive they are? So we've got indica versus sativa for pain. If we come down here, what we're looking for is what are the domain ratings of the other competitors that are on page 1 for this term. So we have a domain rating of 10, that same 29 again, a 27 and a 7. So this is a good sign that this is low competition, and we can see the traffic they're getting out of that. But how can we actually save time doing this? Well, what we do is we actually want to export all of these keywords. So now I should be able to open up that file. So we are taking the top keyword from each page on this low DR site. We only really need to bother with those that are actually getting traffic. So let's maybe take the top 100 or so. So we can see how much traffic those are all getting. So by taking the top 100 keywords, we should be getting 80-90% of the traffic. Now we go to the Ahrefs Keywords Explorer and we just drop them all in like this, and we do a search. Ahrefs will put them all into a report like this, and now we go to lowest DR, and here I recommend putting in a DR that's close to your own. So we know these have all got a DR of 29 in them because we got them from a DR 29. Let's go really aggressive now and say, let's see how much that 94 disappears. 56, so I've actually only lost half. So we've now got 56 keywords here that not only is DR 29 ranking for, but also 15 is ranking for. That tells me these are all really low competition. Now, a good way to identify the most valuable ones is actually just to sort by CPC, because that tells us how valuable that traffic is perceived to be. It's not as good with the cannabis niche because, of course, you can't always bid on a lot of these search terms. But there we go, best weed for ADHD. We know that it has both DR29 and in the top 10, so golden opportunity there. Strongest sativa strain, 800 searches per month. We seem to have a lot of local searches or brand searches. Fort Smith Dispensary, Cameron MO Dispensary, Creek Dispensary is a good one. Best strain for focus and productivity. So you can basically just go through these and then add them to your own keyword list of super low competition searches. And then it's just rinse and repeat. We did this with one DR29 that we found through the best weed for ADHD search, but we can then just repeat that process again and again until we come up with a massive list of really low competition keywords. Those will allow us to get to ROI, which we can then reinvest in the links so that we can build up that really high, the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, and then we should be able to dominate the really big hitters, so the best weed, best CBD, those big hitters that will then result in a business worth many millions of dollars.